Some of you ask me how I have such interesting stories on my rides. But what I tell most people is a lot of the time, 90% of the rides are actually very boring and without any conversation at all. Some days I don't even feel like talking, or customers don't feel like talking to me. But if you make the effort to speak to every single customer, then the probability of you having more stories would be a lot higher. And this next customer proves exactly this point. And do stay till the end because there's going to be a fun twist. So once upon a ride, I picked this customer. He got in and he told me he had a long day. He told me he woke up at 8 a.m. and he has been at work since 9 all the way up to the time that I picked him, which was close to 12. What a long day. What a long day it must be for him. I mean, I also woke up at 8, went to church, spent a few hours with my family, had lunch with them, took care of the kid, drove for 8 hours, then went to play 2 hours of football, full field, 11 aside, in the middle of the field, with a bunch of 20-year-olds, some of them NS men. Still won, rushed home, did the 10 p.m. stream for you guys, then did the videos and editing up to 12 till 12 where I started my shift, and I was supposed to be driving for the next 4 hours up to 4 a.m. But I'm sure he was more tired, so I didn't feel the need to share with him about my less tiring day. And so I tried to make conversation, but this guy said that he was tired and he asked, "Do you mind if I take a nap?" I got his message loud and clear. I turned down the music, turned up the air conditioning, told him it would be 20 minutes to his destination, so go ahead and take that nap. So on we went, and the only thing that was spoken in the entire was in the middle where he asked, "What's our ETA?" 12 minutes, I replied. Eventually we got to the drop-off destination. I thanked him for the ride and he got off. That's it. That's all that happened during that ride. And you must be thinking to yourself, why tell us this story? Nothing happened during the ride. Well, like I mentioned earlier, I tell you this specific story so that you know that most of my rides are like that. And I drive at night, so most of the time customers just want to sleep. But to further reiterate my point, was that this was not the first time that I picked this guy. In fact, when he got in, he was like, "Hey, are you that TikToker?" And I said yes. And he reminded me, I couldn't recognize him. He reminded me that the first time I picked him at the same location, that we had a conversation and I did a video on him, with his permission, of course. And it being 6 months ago, just when I started, I would tell you to go check it out, but it's bad, so don't waste your time. But he remembered the video and he went to pull it up and he showed me the video. In fact, I probably pull it up right now. Oh, it's gonna take a while. How can one have so many videos? I don't recommend you look at my earlier videos because I'm materialistic nowadays than ever before. So this next customer very kindly let me use his conversation. And for today, we're just going to call him Joe, right? Joe, if you're listening. So I picked up this same Joe and he let me take a photo with him. But on that day, Joe was very tired. So you see, some days, even if I pick up the same customer, even if they were very chatty before it on the first ride, it doesn't mean that they want to share a lot on the second one. Maybe he was just being very wary of what he said, knowing that what he said was going to end up on the videos again. Well, Joe, if I ever picked you for the third time, I expect you to say what you want to say.
Say what you want to say.